You need people that are as passionate about engaging with other people and building something as they are about the thing they're building itself.
Hey, hi and hello, what's up? I know what you're thinking, or at least what was your first question when you came here. Who the hell is this guy? I rush with the answer. Nobody. Yep, you heard well, I'm Mr. Nobody. But you can call me Myro or Vassal. Yep, just like this guy. I wanted to work on a video about final days of World of Warcraft, on how this game, and maybe some others, will rise up to be a very close competitor of WoW, but due to recent news about lawsuit regarding Blizzard, or rather Activision Blizzard, I thought to myself that we can talk a little bit about it as well. Just as in the title itself, double standards of Blizzard, or rather their duplicity, is what strike hard nowadays and make people outrageous, myself included. I have fell in love with their work the very first day I have laid my hands and eyes upon Warcraft 3 Region of Chaos. Whole plot, story and game itself blew my fucking mind. At the time I have already admired work of J.R.R. Tolkien and his universe, so naturally Warcraft fit into my taste and it was so much more real as it was a game. But later I have also reached for books, Lord of the Clans and especially War of the Ancients trilogy, which by the way, those are one of the best books I have ever read. Later of course came The Frozen Throne, which was even better in each aspect than Region of Chaos, and at long last,
Citizen of Azeroth, behold.
The World of Warcraft. I don't even know where to begin with it, but in truth, I don't really want to now, because we are starting to lose from the topic. It really pains me to see what is going on with Blizzard right now. Aside of continuously decreasing of quality of their communication with player base and moreover of their product itself, Blizzard to some point was set up as an example to other studios, founded by geeks to create games for geeks. While EA chose to openly milk their fanbase as hard as they can, Blizzard with Rockstar and CD Projekt Red were like this holy trio, still holding up against unfair treatment of their communities. With my native CD Projekt, which left the other two on its own wish with huge fiasco with launch of the Cyberpunk 2077, which by the way is similar to what we have seen with Warcraft Reforged, and also big scandal about mismanagement in the company with being hacked at the end of the day. Blizzard, on the other hand, is on a pretty good strike when it comes to dramas. I mean, for the past 3 years we had so much shit that they get involved into or just simply made themselves, starting with the worst ever presentation at their own BlizzCon 2018 with a Diablo Immortal. At this point I want to mention that not only main target of the game is obviously for China market where mobile games generate huge amount of profit, but they have also tried to market it on their own convention as it was something huge or even awaited. For last 2 decades they have made PC games which bring joy and fun for so huge amount of players. They made BlizzCon for their own community to gather those players, to celebrate together, and then they act almost as they were forcing mobile games on them, with the best PR quote ever fucking told.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones, right?
I don't fucking understand this. Don't they have any fucking clue what their community want? Are they so detached from their own fanbase? With past few years, I think the answer for this question is so simple, although I think I didn't want to believe in it. Moving on, we have a Blitzchung case, when one of the beautiful Blizzard value from their compass doesn't really fit. Every voice matters, only when it doesn't interrupt business, especially with a regime that don't really pay attention to human rights. Blizzard was fast to shut down Blitzchung and deny him his prize, but not so fast when it comes to apologize, and even then, they weren't hesitant to openly say about Hong Kong. Then we had leaks about Blizzard employees being underpaid in comparison to their colleagues from other companies, but also huge layoffs in offices around EU and Australia, in the end resulting in the shutdown of entire office in EU. And all of that in a shadow of enormous amount of salary and bonuses that CEO of Activision Blizzard earned. Yep, baby. When I first heard about acquisition of Blizzard by Activision, which happened around Wrath of the Lich King period, I wasn't sure what to think of it. I mean, I really loved Call of Duty series, the first one and United Offensive expansion pack, second Call of Duty and the first Modern Warfare are to this day one of my favorite FPS games. Although, this was the moment when they have started to push new Call of Duty title each and every year, and with it, milking their franchise to the very core. I was worried that they will try to do the same to WoW, not so long after they have added transmog into the game, and with it, also introduced paid transmog helms. I don't really have a problem with paid pets or mounts, but it is really fucking annoying when instead of adding real content, they add a fucking store mount like with Vulpine Familiar. And speaking of it, I wonder how people like it. Oh, never mind. But in all seriousness, it was and probably always will be normal that CEOs will earn huge amount of money, no one denies it. But what is fucking abnormal is that your employees are getting fired and in the same time are underpaid, while your management get new extra annual bonuses each and every fucking year. And this shitty thing with honor point system for workers. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does fit for Blizzard as this extra thing, this benefit, but still one of bonuses. It won't fucking replace base salary for rough sake. At this point, I think they should replace org statue with their core values, with Bobby sitting on a Blizzard sign, with compass pointing out where you can earn more money, like $ for NA, Euro for EU, and Yen for Asia, and of course Renminbi for China, and their new credo, we value the value. And speaking about the values, we finally came to the final act. Some time ago Jim Sterling released a video that I strongly recommend you to watch, where he did mention two things from which we will focus on one. Basically he correctly stated that we live in times where big companies take the right or even privilege to speak about inequality and morals, as well as the philanthropy became a weapon of the mega rich. But as I mentioned, we will focus on one of those and mainly the first one. And by all means, don't get me wrong, it is good that one or another company organize Pride Month, talks about gender inequality or try to fight it. But I wonder, how does this one or another company would speak about this in China, Russia or in the Muslim countries of the Near East? I totally understand that all of those examples are totally different cultures or systems, but companies, they want to talk and show how much do they care on their own yard, when it suits them and give them good PR. But when it comes to speak up and hold to their values outside, it doesn't really help with talking about it there, because then there is much more important thing than values. Value. But even then, when you are back in your own yard and no matter how loud you speak about how much do you care, in the end, big companies cares only about benefit. Business is one thing and no one denied the right to run business, but speaking about values or organize some events only for show is just one fucking hypocrisy. At this point, let me use Sylvanas here as an example. All Q&A question about Sylvanas' look and reaction from Blizzard is now trending, and please don't get me wrong here, I don't want to defend them, but there is something worrying in their behavior as well as there isn't. As I mentioned before, they have created BlizzCon to match with their fanbase, to create this celebration aura, to have fun and laugh. In my personal opinion, there is nothing wrong with the joke, but as it is with jokes, it's a matter of taste, and I totally understand that some of you might have cringed about it, or even get offended. Regarding the question itself, when we look on Sylvanas' model progression, I also agree that it took kind of strange turn, and as much as I love her look here, I also think that this kind of outfit is what she would wear for Natano's private chambers, not a fucking combat. And her new model in Legion with whole body armor fits her better and have way much more sense. Unfortunately, sexism is one of those problems that to this day strikes in almost every single industry, and not only. During my time in college there was one of those old-date lecturers who was professor from National Academy of Science, big figure, respected by most and with huge influence in the university. He often made those comments that how during his academic days there were no women on science profiles, and how there is no women in the entire history of science that made a huge impact or discovered something. At this point I want to mention that I am from Poland, from where Maria Skłodowska-Curie came as well. Not only first woman to win a Nobel Prize, but the first person and the only woman to win a Nobel Prize twice, and one of two persons to win a Nobel Prize in two scientific fields, physics and chemistry. But even that did not stop our professor from saying that she didn't do anything and all the work was done by her husband. Seriously, he did say that. By the way, did you know that she called polonium that she discovered after her country Poland? How pretty fucking cool is that? But then, during one day when he told us about some of his publication from his own book, he mentioned that one of his colleagues, a female doctor, have discovered something during the research under the microscope, on which one of the girls from our year quickly mentioned to him, "See, professor, it seems that the woman did discover something." And then the silence. He walked to her, looked at her, and then said, "My dear, not woman, the microscope." So you do get the scale of the problem. But this story pale in comparison of kind of harassment that was done by some of the staff of Activision Blizzard. And here comes the biggest double standards, duplicity, and, as Asmon have pointed out, sanctimoniousness of Blizzard. When allegations against Swifty came, they have immediately deleted his NPC from the game, even that those allegations were never confirmed. Later on, we have Quinton Flynn, and same reaction from Blizzard, with no remorse. Not only instant dismissal of him from the work, but also wiping out of his all previous work as a voice actor and replacing it with someone else. But with this case, not only Mr. Flynn fought for his good name in the court and was cleared of all charges, but also person that made up all of these allegations was charged with false accusations and stalking. But Blizzard preferred to play the role of executioner before there was any sentence and ignore any presumption of innocence. And what disgusted me the most is the reaction for allegations made against them, not by some random ass dude as me, not some stalker or anybody else, but from state of California after 2 years of investigations, for fuck's sake. And for the last, with all of the statements of all the big figures of Blizzard, current and ex-ones, including JAB, Mike Morhaime and Chris Metzen, I do agree with the take of Asmongold. I think when they have been approached by someone with some allegations, they probably think to themselves, no, he couldn't do that, he would never do that. But when you are a CEO of a big company, you do need to be objective for both sides and take everything into consideration and treat each side with benefit of the doubt. But don't fucking sweep it under the rug as it probably took place for these past years inside the Blizzard. At the end, I want to state that I still love Warcraft universe, all those characters, stories behind them, games of Blizzard that bring me so much joy through all of my life so far, and did become part of my life, but I do not approve and will never accept a place to which Blizzard have come, by itself or under the influence of Activision. I don't want to condemn or judge Mike, Chris J or anybody else, but at the same place, I want to express my deepest hope that persons harmed will find the help they need and will be assured that no more harm will fall upon them, and people who did all those hideous things, when confirmed, will be judged by rightful authorities and punished accordingly. As for the rest employees, I hope they won't lose their passion for gaming and games itself, and if not in Blizzard, they will find themselves creating more beautiful universes, maybe somewhere else. And for Blizzard itself, as I mentioned it before, it is painful to see what have transpired there. I wish them to heal this company, but I myself long ago have lost my trust in them, but only time will tell what is to come. And that is all that I have for you today. I am mostly curious of your takes in all of this, like there's so much stuff going on right now. Practically every single day we got new information from everyone. So it was really hard for me to make this video in one take because of that, and also because that I'm not used to make such a long video in English, as it's not like my first language, if you didn't know. So yeah, please leave a comment down below, as I really do want to hear your opinions, I really fucking do. Also, if you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you didn't, by all means, leave a dislike, and if you could please tell me what you didn't like, so I could learn and change those things in the upcoming videos. For now, thank you very much for your attention, I really do fucking appreciate it, and I hope that we will see each other in the next one. Farewell for now. Psst, by the way, you don't need to hate on the audio because it's not fault of the audio, it's my fucking voice, I know.